The urban debate on Magicbricks Now. I'm Faye D'Souza. It's an appalling state of affairs in our national capital as another woman loses her life in a brutal attack. I want to remind our viewers, 3 murders of women in Delhi in broad daylight in 24 hours. And yes, we are upset tonight because more needs to be done to protect the women in our capital. Well, in footage that should embarrass us all as Indians, especially those who run the city of Delhi, shocking footage of a murder caught on camera emerges from the national capital. A 21-year-old woman stabbed nearly 30 times over by a jilted lover on a Delhi road, while onlookers just watch helplessly until the girl loses her life.
A young woman stabbed almost 30 times in the national capital of the country. According to police, officially 22 times. And then the accused stabbed himself as well. He has been arrested. FIR has been registered by the police. But here it is for the wailing family to now come to terms of this alleged stalker who they said had been harassing her for over a year. And then when she was heading towards the school, she was a teacher. She was with a friend. And when they were heading towards the school, he followed her and then threatened her and then went on to eventually stab her approximately 30 times, due to which she succumbed to her injuries. A very tragic case, again reflecting the law and order situation. Also specifically, it happened outside in broad daylight. Nobody came to her rescue. Ask the Aam Aadmi Party government and they say the law and order is under the centre and the Lieutenant Governor will completely shrug off from the accountability. And then ask the centre, to that they say Aam Aadmi Party government and Kejriwal have failed people. Eventually, it is left to these families, wailing grandmother, literally in shock mother, and family really trying to figure out what happened when the police had managed to settle the matter. A compromise had been reached. Eventually, the young woman has lost her life.
वो लड़का जो था आदित्य मलिक रोहिणी का रहने वाला, वो मेरी बहन को परेशान कर रहा था। कम से कम भी एक 6 महीने पहले कंप्लेंट हुई थी, तो उस टाइम कॉम्प्रोमाइज हो गया था हालात देख के। उसके बाद उसने छेड़ना बंद कर दिया। आज ऐसा टाइम आ गया कि उसने मेरे बहन के चाकू मार दिया।
सर, वो लड़का बाइक लगा के, ये लड़की यहाँ से जा रही थी, लड़की के साथ उसकी सहेली भी थी, और लड़का यहाँ तक गया, उसने उसको लात मारी और लड़की यहाँ गिर गई और उसने फिर उसको चाकू मारना शुरू कर दी। 1-2 आदमी आया सामने से बचाने के लिए, तो उसने सीधा यही कहा कि अगर आप सामने आओगे तो वही चाकू मार दूंगा। जैसे कि जो सामने आया वो भाग गया सामने से, फिर उसके बाद उसको चाकू मारता लगा, फिर खड़ा हुआ, फिर दोबारा आया, दोबारा मारता लगा गया।
कोई भी नहीं बचाने आया, इतना ज्यादा भीड़ भाड़ का इलाका है।
आए सर, काफी लोग आए, लेकिन लड़का बड़ा हट्टा कट्टा बड़ा था। काफी लोग उसको बचाने के लिए आए। एक आदमी बाइक से उतरा, वो बचाने आया। फिर एक आदमी यहाँ से आया, भागते हुए आया,
लेकिन वो लड़की को चाकू मारा था, हमने जो CCTV में देखा।
उसने काम बहुत जल्दी कर दिया। उसने 2 थप्पड़ मार के लड़की को यहाँ गिराया, गिरते के साथ ही चाकू मारनी शुरू कर दी। उसके तुरंत बाद काफी लोग आए बचाने के लिए, लेकिन डर गए थे, सहम गए थे। फिर काफी इकट्ठे लड़के हुए। जयमा लक्ष्मी से प्रॉपर्टी सोनू आया, फिर उसने सोनू ने इसको हम मारते उसको बाहर तक ले गए। वो फिर भाग रोड के भागा, उसको बहुत मारा, मार के इसको हटा दिया। फिर पुलिस आई आधे घंटे बाद, फिर पुलिस ले गई इसको।
जो क्रिमिनल्स हैं उनके मन में डर नहीं है पुलिस का, उनके मन में लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का कोई डर नहीं है। वो साफ दिख रहा है, बार बार घटनाएं होती हैं। तो मैं कई मरतबा कह चुका हूं इस बात को भी कि दिल्ली पुलिस का जिस तरह से इस्तेमाल आम आदमी पार्टी के विधायकों का दिन रात पीछा करने में, उनकी एक एक छोटी मोटी चीज, कहाँ किससे ऊंची आवाज में बात की, कहाँ किससे नीची आवाज में बात की, इनके घर से कब ऊंची आवाज में आवाज आई, कब नीची आवाज में आवाज आई, इस सबके पूरी की पूरी दिल्ली पुलिस का इंटेलिजेंसिया लगा रखा है। उससे हटके थोड़ा ये देखें कि दिल्ली में अपराध कहाँ बढ़ रहा है, दिल्ली में महिलाओं पर अपराध क्यों बढ़ रहे हैं, अपराधी क्यों इतने बेखौफ हो गए हैं। इस पे अपना रिसर्च, अपना वो काम करें। आम आदमी पार्टी के विधायक कहीं नहीं भागे जा रहे, अभी 3.5 साल इसी विधानसभा में बैठेंगे, तो आम आदमी पार्टी के विधायक तो यही है। लेकिन अपराधी जिस तरह से कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा उधर ध्यान लगाए दिल्ली पुलिस।
The Delhi government, they are saying that the police are busy chasing their MLAs rather than taking care of this. What do you have to say?
Look, unfortunately, the Delhi government has fallen into a sort of blame everybody else. We are not responsible for anything. But that is a political issue, and I am not here to talk about political issues. As I've said often enough, that's not my job. The point is not that we keep shifting blame. I can also tell you it's not my fault. Why would I bother to look at it? But the point is that we're all citizens of the same country. Tomorrow something may happen to somebody we know, a friend, a colleague, a relative. And then are we going to have the same attitude? So I don't think we should play this blame game, this tu meme as we say in Hindi. It's time we all stepped up and we all acknowledge that yes, we have our rights, but we also have our duties.
There's nobody willing to take accountability for Karuna, who lost her life in Delhi. Karuna was not the only woman. Three women have been murdered in cold blood in broad daylight in 24 hours in the city of Delhi. On Urban Debate tonight, we're asking, stabbed nearly 30 times in our capital city, there's jungle raj happening in the city of Delhi. Who is going to assure women their safety? Who is going to make the city of Delhi a decent, humane place to live in? Joining me on the show this evening, Vikram Singh, former DGP UP. Abha Singh will join us through the course of the conversation. Nupur Sharma, BJP leader representing the central government. Shama Mohamed, spokesperson of the Congress. Rahul Easwar joins us from the Trivandrum studio. He's an author and an activist. Dr. Bejon Misra joins me from the Delhi studio. He speaks on behalf of the Indian citizen here. And I join this conversation today as an Indian woman who is shocked, appalled, and afraid to be a citizen of this country. Who is going to tell me that I'm safe? Who is going to tell me that I can walk on the street tomorrow without being afraid of the crime against women that doesn't seem to have any accountability and doesn't seem to have anybody taking responsibility? Nupur Sharma, it has been proved over and over again that the law and order in the city of Delhi belongs and responds to the Lieutenant Governor, who responds to the central government. What is the central government doing? Where is the responsibility?
You know, I'm not going to sit here and absolve the Delhi police of all its responsibility, because time and again it has been proven, be it any government in Delhi, be it any government in centre, that Delhi has become the crime capital in India. There is no denying that. But at the same time, if I am going to speak about whether Delhi police can possibly follow up and man each and every citizen, personally, that doesn't happen anywhere in the world. I'm going to come back to these two stabbing incidents that we are hearing about in the past 24 hours. There is a common link which is not only common to these two cases, but also to a case a couple of months back that we heard about, a hit and run case, that the apathy of the passerby, of the onlooker, who is not taking any interest in either calling 100, calling the PCR van, or anybody to complain to them that there is so-and-so.
In this case, someone called 100 and police did not show up for half an hour.
Where there was a guy.
The police did not show up for half an hour.
No,
would you get in the way
of
a man with a knife and his victim if you knew the police are not going to show up for half an hour? Can we actually, as government and police, pass the buck here to the ordinary citizen?
Yesterday, no. Faye, let me just complete what I'm saying here. Yesterday, Lakshmi was stabbed, a mother of two who's 28 years old. She was on the street for half an hour. She was crying for help even before she was right outside her house and lying down and bleeding to death. It is only after half an hour passed that the cops were called, because her stabber was hovering around. This is in the police reports. It's everywhere. Today, Karuna, when she was stabbed over 25 times, almost 30 times, the passerbys, as you can see on the CCTV, one has tried to help, but he's run away. In that gap, if you could have called 100, the PCR would have come. I'm not absolving the cops at all. But in Karuna's case, the issue here was simply that Karuna's family did not want a case to be registered because of societal pressure. I am not absolving the police. I'm not going to say they're 100% above doubt. They are not. Even I am a woman who's been born and brought up and continue to live in Delhi. But I am going to say certainly that please, for everybody who's watching this, if you have a woman in the house, don't think that stalking and molestation and harassment can be compromised upon. Please go to the cops. That's the least you can do. In Lakshmi's case, the stabber was granted bail by the court. The cops don't grant the bail. That's the
I appreciate your point, Nupur Sharma. I appreciate your point. I appreciate your point about the fact that families should make complaints, that we should go to the cops. I also take the fact that none of the onlookers did anything. But I think that
there is no compromise on women's safety.
Fundamentally stems from the fact that nobody has faith in the Delhi police. That nobody wanted to get in the way of that man because they did not have faith that the police would come on time, that they did not have faith that the police would be able to do anything. Vikram Singh, the Delhi police has failed, As a result, the Lieutenant Governor has
Well,
failed,
14
the Delhi
hours,
government
but
has
there's an
failed, the
additional
central
thing.
government has failed, everybody who is responsible for the women in Delhi have failed. There is no excuse today. There is nowhere to pass the blame because it rests with each and every one of these agencies.
There is no doubt, Faye, that the Delhi police and the Lieutenant Governor today have the blood of this young woman on their hands. And all the perfume of Arabia will not wash this blood from their hands. The response time is pathetic. Their investigation is poor. They allowed this man to get out on bail, whereas they should have ensured that he got psychiatric help. And till the time he was declared okay by the psychiatrist, he should have been behind bars. Such psychopathic persons who stabbed, look at the way in the bloodthirsty and vindictive manner he stabbed the woman 30 times. You have to be a psychopath killer of the worst kind to do a thing like that. And the passers-by, my only request and suggestion to them would be, please maintain your distance, don't get numb by the shock. I don't expect everybody to get a gallantry medal posthumously, but pick up a stone and start lobbing stones from safe distance. You will deter such people. I have known them, and the only thing that they are scared of is the public intervention or the police intervention.
The cops took
Indeed,
half an hour. The cops took
also
30 minutes to come in. The cops took 30 minutes to come in. Why would anybody get in the way of a bloodthirsty killer if they have no faith in the police?
Half an hour later.
The response time is bad, but I would say the Delhi police will have to work in a proactive manner.
The cop was called later.
Bejon Misra, you have family, you live in Delhi, you have family who lives in Delhi. Do you have any faith in the Delhi police? Will you get in the way of a bloodthirsty killer and his knife?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We as citizens, we feel that the Delhi police is not credible at all. They don't react. They are not prompt. They don't come into action when we want them to get into action. They're lazy. They're inefficient. They don't know what police is and policing is. They lack training. You see, what I want to tell you today is that it's a joint responsibility of all the people, and I was ashamed to hear a statement of the Aam Aadmi Deputy CM saying something absurd. You see, he should have known that if Delhi, he has to govern, he has to take responsibility. He cannot keep passing the buck on somebody else, for heaven's sake. You see, healthcare is paramount. It is up to them to take care of, to ensure that mentally, affected people
let me tell you something that it is in fact true that law and order is looked after by the Lieutenant Governor in Delhi, but that does not absolve the Aam Aadmi Party, because the Aam Aadmi Party happily put women's safety in their election manifesto. So either this is a party that did not do their research about how the city of Delhi is run before they wrote their election manifesto, or they blatantly lied and never followed through on these promises. None of the promises the Aam Aadmi Party made on the election manifesto have actually been worked on. There's no CCTV, there's no citizen force, there's no fast track court, there's no special court, there's none of these things that were promised to us as women. But
no action is initiated.
Let's not shirk the fact that the responsibility is still with the Lieutenant Governor and with the central government. When is the Lieutenant Governor going to come out and respond? When is he going to tell us why the police is not doing their job? Nupur,
can I just come in? No. Faye, allow me, please. If you're following the news, 14 hours ago, the Central Home Ministry has pulled up the cops, and it did not even require the LG's intervention. The Central Home Ministry has asked the Delhi police, what are you doing about women's safety in Delhi? What are you doing about it? But again, I'm going to come back on something.
Okay. No, I do agree with somebody I heard on your channel say, just right now on this panel, for the benefit of our audience, the Centre sought a report.
The Delhi
over the death of the 21-year-old. Now,
please allow me to complete.
She's dead, after 3 people are dead, after the kind of women who've been, the number of rapes that have been reported in Delhi, now you've sought a report.
I can't hear you.
Today you sought a report.
Can I just add?
I need to come in I need to rebut Nupur.
Can I just add?
Nupur, just finish what you're saying and then Shama can rebut.
Can I just add, when Manish Sisodia on television says that the cops Please allow me that the police should not be following Aam Aadmi Party MLAs and ministers. I'm sorry, one of their ministers have a rape charge against him. 3 of their MLAs had molestation and sexual harassment cases against them. One has an abetment to suicide case against them. So are you trying to tell me this is a question for Deputy Chief Minister of
honestly, one second. Can I come in? I need to come in right now.
I need to come in right now.
I don't care about the
None of these people, whether it's Manish Sisodia,
I'm just
whether it is the
asking
central
if you are an
government,
MLA,
I need to come in.
Nobody is above the law, and that's how it should be.
This lady does not let anybody else talk.
None of these people really care. None of these people really care. And that's the problem. None of them really care. Abha Singh, this sort of a report that has been asked for from the police saying, we want to know that this
Faye, can I
is
just
really
come in,
sad.
please? I need to come in right now.
Shama, go ahead.
Yeah, she was just telling, Nupur, the spokesperson of the BJP, was saying there's a rapist in AAP. What about Nihal Chand? Isn't he from BJP? Wasn't he also accused of rape? So let's not get into all that. Now here, the police report to the Lieutenant Governor to the central government. So what is in the manifesto of the BJP in 2014? Narendra Modi has put women's safety as number one. What is BJP doing? There is a two-way going between AAP and BJP. The people of Delhi are
too late on every side. Abha Singh.
Can I speak? I did not interrupt. This lady has to be stopped.
Nihal Chand, along with Congress leaders,
one second.
in the lower court.
I don't listen to the politics. I listen to Abha Singh. Abha Singh.
Let me finish and then you can rebut. That's the way the debate has to go on. I can't talk when this lady continues to put my point across.
Should be diverted to make women safe. Please, for heaven's sake.
His case has been reopened in the High Court.
Not divert the issue.
Nupur Sharma.
Nupur, let me talk.
There is a sting operation of the victim who goes on
Nupur
to say...
Sharma. As a woman who lives in Delhi, is this honestly what you want to tell your fellow women citizens today?
In your party also,
you want to give me stories about the politics?
Let's talk about what happened.
Let us stick to the topic.
About women's safety.
We are not being just to the topic.
We must make everybody responsible.
Exactly.
Let's stick to the topic. Okay, I want everybody to stop for a second. I want everybody on this panel to stop for a second.
Problems of Delhi.
I want everybody to stop for a second. And I want you to consider one more time what we are talking about. A 21-year-old school teacher on her way to work this morning was stabbed repeatedly by a bloodthirsty, cold-blooded killer in broad daylight. This is after we have repeatedly talked about the lack of safety for women in the city of Delhi. This is after every agency in Delhi now with blood on its hands has passed the buck from one to another. This is after every political party in Delhi, every last one of them, and we will not argue about this, every last one of them has taken advantage of the situation during elections and has promised safety to the women in Delhi and not delivered. The question no longer is who's at fault, because we know who's at fault. There is a paper trail of the police that have failed, the Lieutenant Governor who runs the police, the central government who runs the Lieutenant Governor, the Aam Aadmi Party who made the promises and did not deliver. We know who has failed. Can you now put aside your petty political differences and actually put the citizen first? Abha Singh, what needs to be done now?
Exactly, it pains me. It pains me that rather than discussing today's issue and finding out solutions, the Aam Aadmi Party and BJP are only mudslinging at each other. The biggest issue is here that when this complaint came to the police, why was the stalking 354D of the IPC not registered? That is the first thing. Secondly, even after 12 hours have passed, this young woman died. Why those men who did not register the FIR but went for a compromise? Why those constables or the SHO have not been suspended till now? The Aam Aadmi Party talked of good governance, BJP talked of good governance. Where is the governance? Where is the accountability? Nothing is seen. After Nirbhaya, people said there would be patrol vans, there would be CCTV cameras. Of course, CCTV camera can be seen, but the response time of the police is so pathetic. It is very clear that women are only required for elections to get the vote, but nobody wants to make them safe. Nirbhaya rapists are still lodged in the jail. Their death penalty is pending at the Supreme Court. Why is the judiciary not proactive where women's safety is concerned? They have time to do cases of celebrities and all, but when it comes to hard crime, they don't have the time. We talked of fast track courts, they are not there. It clearly shows that lives of women don't matter. You talk of Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, but how will you educate them when you are not making them safe? I mean, it is shocking that today a woman was stabbed 22 times and the political parties are trying to dig out history and say you did this, you did that, rather than coming. And that is what even Aam Aadmi Party said, and rightly so. When the Women and Health Development Minister, Women and Child Development Minister is caught in rape and their spokesperson Ashutosh says, oh, everybody does this, what is new? So this is the mindset of Delhi, and that is why Delhi is the rape capital, and that is why the crime in Delhi is not finishing, and Delhi police is inefficient, corrupt, and it is taking advantage of the fight between BJP and Aam Aadmi Party, for which the women of Delhi are suffering.
Absolutely.
And it is their blood on the roads.
Rahul, Easwar, I think what was very telling in this conversation today was that the politicians or the representatives of political parties were arguing over which party has more rape accused in their parties. And these are our lawmakers. These are the people who we're trusting to make laws to protect us. This is where we are failing. Rahul, Easwar.
100% spot on, ma'am. And whatever was happening in our channel, is what is happening in our nation too. We are talking about dead bodies, and many parties are clashing over who that dead body belongs to, which party is responsible for it. We are all accountable and responsible. And let us get some statistics. Bureau of Police Research says, ideally, there should be, according to UN standards, 222 policemen per 1 lakh. But right now, in India, we are hardly having 176 per 1 lakh. We need to get more police booths on ground, and we need a better citizen cop connect. We need solutions like 1 or 2 press buttons, so that a GPS enabled button, so that women can easily connect with the police. We need more policemen, more CCTVs actually implemented. We need to instill some kind of fear and responsibility in mind of these people beyond any politics, whether it be AAP, Congress or BJP. We need to get together and get these basics done. And if you look at all the developed nations, we can see there is a complete consensus on these kind of issues, especially their internal matters. Without, this need not be partisan or controversial. So more police people, and remember, for every VIP security, there is at least 3 policemen for 1 VIP, whereas there is only 1 policeman for almost 761 common man. We need more police and better police people.
Well said. Well said. Nupur, what has the central government done so far for the safety of women?
Can I just come in? Yeah, can I just come in? One most important thing I want to reiterate before anybody says anything. I am not absolving the cops. I am not absolving the police on your channel. Like, as I said earlier, I'm also a Delhi woman, and even I feel unsafe when I go out here. But that's not the point. The point is,
what has the central government
we need more
done?
Policing. I completely agree with Rahul, Easwar.
What has the central government done for safety of women?
If you can allow me to finish, please, then let me also tell you, can you please allow me to finish? After the Bulandshahr rape, 3 of our MPs were the first ones to raise this issue in the parliament when it was being adjourned for other sundry reasons, that there needs to be a state patrolling system all over our highways, especially controlled by the centre. It was raised by none other than the BJP MPs, and there is work that has started on that. And that is happening because of the government. But if you had seen that last session which just got over, you should have seen the opposition MPs coming into with their sundry excuses and reasons, and drowning out the voice of an urgent need of
done for safety of women.
Again, she's going back to politics.
What has the central government done for the safety of women? I have a very simple question for you. What has the central government achieved for the safety of women?
Can I complete? You think patrolling and reforms can be passed as a legislate? You think patrolling and reforms can be passed as a law without the consonance of other parties, without a discussion? When it was being started, right after the Bulandshahr rape case, you should have seen how the parliament was functioning. Everybody who rose the wave, actually decided to raise voice to improve and increase patrol and policing on roads in India, you should have seen the opposition MPs coming down to the well and drowning out the voice. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, women's safety is not a priority in India. And whosoever is talking about developed countries, we just saw the Brock Turner, please fail Army, we just saw the Brock Turner rape case. After 6 months, Brock Turner in US was let off because he had a good record.
What does that have to do with anything? Nupur Sharma, stay on topic. What does that have to do with anything?
Stanford University student.
We can't take one off. We're talking about Delhi.
This is totally off the track.
Vikram Singh, let's just read back what Nupur is telling us. Vikram Singh, does the central government need a consensus in Parliament to put more policemen on the road in Delhi?
The topic and not discussing the topic in question. Agreed.
Nupur Singh, I heard you out. Now you have to stop. Nupur Singh, I heard you out. Now you have to stop. Nupur Singh, please stop. Nupur Singh, Nupur Sharma, please stop. Nupur Sharma, please stop.
Know how to patrol, how to put your pickets in order.
Vikram Singh,
you really have to be proactive and be serious about it. Get hold of the 100 criminals that you would want to be after. And let me tell you, have a no-nonsense approach to all such criminals.
You stop these crimes by stopping these criminals by putting policemen on the road.
Absolutely right. The citizens have lost faith in the system.
What are you saying? How can you as a woman sitting on this panel today in this appalling day tell me that because women actually know the criminals that nothing can be done? That nothing can be done, that some random guy can choose to stalk someone for 6 months and you can't do anything to save that woman. Nothing can be done.
Did I say that?
That's what you said.
Don't put words in my mouth.
I'm not putting words in your mouth. That's what you said. How can these things be stopped?
Do you remember the Tandoor murder case? Do you remember the Tandoor murder case?
Vikram Singh,
do you remember the
please
Tandoor
answer
murder
this
case?
as a member, as a former member of the
Why are we going back to Tandoor? Why are we going back to Tandoor? Let's talk about now.
We need a system over
Could you repeat the question, Faye? Let us stick to the topic. We are moving round and round.
That is the question being asked to us by the representative of the central government. Please enlighten
There are
her.
experiments, there are focused police officers. When they can be stopped by police officers, when police officers concentrate on people's welfare rather than just on VIP security. This is not rocket science. And on average, there are about 150 such psychopaths, and God be my witness, I treat every woman under wherever I work as my personal, as a family member, as my daughter. And anyone who looks towards them is given a punishment of a lifetime so that they never look at the acid throwers.
My next question to you, Mr. Singh, my next question to you is this. Does the central government require a consensus vote in Parliament in order to better police the city of Delhi?
No, absolute no. The central government is in power and they can jolly well do what they want to do. There is no alibi, no escape route. They are well within their powers to reinforce the policing wherever they choose to. No props and no stilts are required.
Absolutely right. Nobody needs any kind of a support. You see, the central government should intervene immediately, take stringent action.
Even for highway patrolling.
Nupur Sharma, we're not talking about highway patrolling, we're talking about the streets of not Delhi right now. Focus on the streets of North Delhi where this problem is happening in broad daylight.
You know what we need? Highway patrolling or anything.
I am going to reiterate. I am not going to absolve the Delhi police of any responsibility.
Are you absolving the central government? Nupur Sharma, are you absolving the central government? Are you absolving the LG?
The government should pull up. Can I please? I am not absolving him at all. He is the head of law and order in India. That's
you know one thing.
That's why I'm saying that the Home Ministry did the right thing by pulling up the police. But please hear me out as well. Here,
the Home Ministry was pretending there was no problem until today.
With the fact that none of the passers-by, can I complete, Faye? Faye, can you please allow me to complete? If you're not going to hear me, then what's the point of me coming on the debate?
Since you're saying the same thing over and over again, complete one last time. I'll give you 5 minutes because I want to bring in the rest of our panelists. Go ahead.
I think others should be given an opportunity.
Please. I need 5 seconds.
Okay, 5 seconds. Go. Nupur Sharma.
I need 15 seconds. Can I please complete?
Complete what you're saying.
The central government, the central Home Ministry has pulled up the police, asked for a report, and I would say even that is not enough. The entire country needs an overhauling.
We don't want reports. We want action.
Along with Delhi, you have many rapes happening.
We don't want reports. We want action.
Can I please complete?
Where is the action?
Can I please complete?
We need action. That's what we need.
Even I don't want report. I want highway patrolling, and I want action. But at the same time,
so when will it happen?
Want passers
when will it happen?
General public to call 100. Had they called 100, Can I please
Okay,
complete?
Nupur Sharma, you have said your
They
bit.
will not
You have
go.
said your
They
bit.
don't
You
have
have said
faith
your
in your
bit.
system.
Now
What has
stop.
been saved
Your
yesterday?
responses are similar. You keep
No,
coming back to the
yesterday
same
the
thing. You
PCR
want
was
highway
not
patrol.
called.
You want people to
Yesterday
call
the
100,
PCR was
and you
not
think it's a
called.
great
You
thing
have
that the
the
Home
mandate.
Ministry
Nobody will
today
call.
pulled
They
up
have
the
no
Delhi
faith in
police.
the system.
None of
You
these
have the
things are
Kanpur
enough of a
murder case,
justification
sir.
coming in
They
from a
all happened in
representative of the
public.
central government. I'll tell you why. We're not talking about highway patrolling right now. We're talking about the center of North Delhi on the streets. We are not talking
saying
about
that
whether
our
or
government has
what
come
the
and the
central
police has
government did.
gone back.
Asking
Have
for
you
a report
forgotten
today
Nirbhaya?
after we've been
Have you
talking about
forgotten
safety for
Soumya?
women in Delhi for
Have you
years
forgotten
is
Soumya
not good enough. I'm
Vishwanathan?
sorry. That does not let you off the hook. Abha Singh, I'm disappointed and I'm appalled by the responses I'm hearing today.
Definitely, because here the issue is the policemen who did not do their job for dereliction of duty. Have you suspended them? No. Who were the persons when she went for the complaint who did not register? When there is a provision, in fact, in the Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013, after Nirbhaya case, one new section 166A of the IPC was inserted that any policeman who does not lodge an FIR related to 354, that is molestation or rape, he would himself, an FIR would be registered against that cop and he can be put behind bars for 6 months. So what action are you taking against the police? The police is taking advantage of this cat fight between Aam Aadmi Party and centre, and the victims are the Delhi women. So it is now, in fact, yes, what meetings, what roadmap have you done? Did you get the policemen on the roads if there was a shortage of cops? Did you reduce the VIP security? Did you make the policemen free to do bandobast? No. Did you do a recruitment drive for new people? No. Did you open new thanas? No. Did you give police more vehicles and other gadgets? No. So these things have not been done and crime is only increasing. You have only history to fight for, that my government was better, your government was better. Only at the time of elections, women's safety is talked of, but otherwise nobody is bothered. And definitely Mr. Rajnath Singh has bigger things to do. Mr. Kejriwal has even bigger things like Punjab. He disappears to Punjab, he disappears to Goa, but he's not interested in the law and order of Delhi. Let me tell you, law and order is a state subject. Said they cannot just put the thing on center. They also have responsibilities. The State Women Commission of Delhi has put only Aam Aadmi Party workers as members. So even organization Maliwal, there's an FIR on Maliwal because she's becoming political and cheating the women organization. So every politician has an axe to grind, and the only one who's being ground is the women of Delhi.
Every politician is taking advantage of the women of Delhi. Shama Mohamed.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Faye, can I just come in? Yeah, you know that in Delhi we have the highest number of police forces, 84,000, but only 1/3 is used for actual policing or patrolling. And being a politician, I must say that a lot of them go in protecting politicians. And I think we should also tone down that and put more people in policing and patrolling the streets. And we also have very less women police. We have only 7% compared to the rest of South Asian countries. We need to increase that, because when there are rapes, when these rape victims go to file an FIR or the complaint, they are not taken in seriously. They insult them, the police. Because we have very less number of women police. We need to increase that. And we have to use our police force to sensitize them.
What has stopped you from recruitment till now? No, even the ones who are there are not performing.
That's what I'm trying to say, that we need to do those things.
Even your
there are 84,000 police.
Registering FIR was the biggest issue in the Nirbhaya rape case.
I'm from the Congress.
Registering of FIR was the biggest issue in the Nirbhaya rape case, where the police could not decide whose jurisdiction did Nirbhaya's body belong to.
See,
I think the problems have been there for 65
No, we have taken a lot of steps after Nirbhaya rape case, so I don't want to politicize this.
Nupur Sharma,
let's talk about what is happening right now.
Have been there for 65 years. Where are the solutions?
Solve the problem.
I do not want to politicize this.
Dr. Bejon Misra, is this a crisis level situation that requires the central government to step in and take responsibility, saying this is a crisis, we are going to take crisis level methods to solve this problem?
Nobody came to the roads. Did you suspend that inspector? What about the control?
I am all the time
Why for half
of
an hour nobody
the
could
view
reach
that it is not only the central
Have you
government,
suspended?
we all must chip in. It's a joint responsibility.
Is required and
We
there is
have
no
to make
accountability.
sure.
Register an FIR. What can the police do?
Please,
Abha ji in Karuna
Nupur Sharma, please stop making excuses.
At talk of
Nupur
today,
Sharma, please
why
stop
for
making
half an hour
excuses.
nobody came forward? Where was the police at 9 in the morning? Why did it take half an hour? Why did it take half an hour for the police to reach the spot? Have you investigated that, Nupur?
At least register
Nupur,
a
that is
zero
more
FIR.
important. That is more important than whether why the police took half an hour to reach.
What does it
why the police did not
Abha
take
ji,
the stalking
I'm
complaint? Why did the police go for a compromise?
Abha ji, I'm
Was the
saying
police
something
taking
else.
money? These are the
Abha
three
ji.
issues that need to be solved. The
No,
message needs to go that Delhi
Abha
police
ji,
cannot
I'm
go
saying
scot-free
something else.
by taking advantage
Abha ji,
of the
please
fight
hear me
between
out.
Aam Aadmi and the BJP.
No. I'm not saying Delhi police
Can
can
we
go
come in?
scot-free. It most certainly
come in?
can't. I'm saying something else. It's my most fervent appeal to everybody watching this show. If they have a woman harassed
But
in
take
their house,
action. Tell us by
please
evening.
register a zero
Tell us by
FIR.
today
Don't
evening.
think
Have
there's
you
societal
suspended
pressure. You
that
can't even register an
inspector?
My
FIR.
earnest
In
appeal.
Karuna's case, please allow me to complete. In
My
Karuna's,
earnest
Abha ji,
appeal.
allow me to complete. In Karuna's case,
My
the
earnest
family
appeal.
refused to register an
Please,
FIR.
for heaven's
Answer
sake.
this question,
In the 21
please.
year old
For
teacher,
heaven's sake,
the
don't blame
family
the
refused to
Nupur
citizens.
register
Sharma,
an FIR.
if you pause for a second
Please,
and
for
answer
heaven's
this
sake, don't
question
blame
for me.
the
Nupur
citizens.
Sharma,
How can we
please.
put the blame on anybody? You should have
Please
registered
don't
an
blame
FIR.
the
Nupur
citizens.
Sharma, please.
Yes.
Blaming
Please
the
don't
family
blame
at
the
this point is
citizens.
appalling. I want you to
But
answer
what
one
action have
question.
you taken
There is
against
CCTV
those cops?
footage.
actually correcting.
Listen to me.
I'm not
At least listen to my
That is
question.
my question.
At least listen to my
What
question.
action on those cops who went for a compromise?
There
Have
is
you
CCTV
suspended them?
footage
Only
of a
one
woman
question,
being
have you suspended
stabbed
those
on
cops
camera.
Who did not register the complaint of stalking.
The city of Delhi is so unsafe that in spite of the fact that this murder was happening on camera in broad daylight, the police of Delhi needs to be called and informed. The police of Delhi needs to be called and informed.
Exactly. And
They don't know what's happening on their own streets.
what are they paid for?
They don't know what's happening on their own streets.
It is
in broad daylight.
a shame. It is a shame.
One second.
It is a shame. And you blame the citizens.
The CCTVs. 1 second.
Police needs to have a proactive approach.
It is a shame that you blame the
promise of
citizens.
15 lakh CCTVs on buildings which would be connected to the cops and police thanas are not there. There was a promise of 15 lakh CCTVs.
So does
to be
that
connected
absolve
to
the
police
central
thanas.
government because the
That was
central
never
government didn't
completed.
make
This
the
is from a
promise?
private building.
If you
Can
recognize the fact that
that's
there
the
was
reason.
if there
One
was a
second.
problem,
The accused, the convict, can I please complete? The criminal is on camera. That's the reason he's behind bars. But I'm again going to say, does not absolve the Delhi police from taking the due precautionary measures it should. It needs to be pulled up. There needs to be heavy reforms which need to be in place.
there needs to be heavy reforms in the Ministry of Home Affairs, which the Delhi police reports directly to the Ministry of Home Affairs. What is the Home Minister doing?
To say it is nobody.
Rahul
Can
Easwar.
I complete?
What is the
It
Home
is-
Minister doing?
He has pulled them up today.
Today he
There are two things. Can I request one thing? One, I agree with all the systemic changes.
Women have to die.
Can I complete?
How many more
Every
people?
right-thinking
Give me a number.
Indian will agree with every
can't
systemic
know what
change
to
that
say.
is being suggested. Every right-thinking Indian will agree with every systemic change that is being suggested. But I would like to humbly request, if my sister is going on the road, there is a societal change that is needed. We need to have
We lost that connection with Rahul Easwar, but
very basic safety and precautionary measures. See, this is what I would tell my sister. Of course, we need police, we need systems, we need CCTVs, we need better policing ministry. But we need our women folk to be more equipped. They should have self-defense training. They need to have even these classes from schools. Like Prime Minister suggested, boys should have better value education and boys should be taught more gender sensitivity. This is also a time that we should think about such far-reaching changes. Not only blame it on CCTVs and police. There is a deeper
Rahul Easwar,
aspect of
Rahul
India,
Easwar, what are you
a
saying to me?
dynamic
What are you
changing
saying?
India that is causing
these
so
are
many issues.
criminals.
Exactly what I'm saying.
These are bloodthirsty,
Can I please come
cold-blooded
in?
criminals. These
Can
are
I
not
please
little
come
boys
in?
who are going to
exactly.
school who need to be
See,
taught
Can I
respect.
please come
Agreed.
in?
Nobody say.
Can I please come in?
No, Nupur Sharma, just one second. Let's let my panelists speak. One second. One second.
Absolutely yes. But my humble request would be,
Rahul Easwar is talking like a chauvinist.
see, please,
Faye,
just
can I
a
come
two-line
in?
submission.
Finish, Rahul Easwar,
Just
finish
a
what you're saying.
two-line
Faye, can I
submission.
come in?
Nobody,
So
even
now
by
can
the
I just come
widest
in?
So you are
Two
absolving
lines.
the man of all the crimes, so the women have to be prepared. Women have to learn karate, women have to learn fighting to protect themselves. So the police need not do anything.
This victim card. For God's sake,
Rahul,
please don't
stop.
play
We are
this
not
victim
playing the
card.
victim card. You don't become a chauvinist. Stop being a chauvinist, Rahul.
If my sister,
We are not the
if my
victims.
sister,
We are strong
if
women
my
sitting
sister
here.
is out on the road, I would tell her to take extra care more than my
brother. Is she not a citizen of this country?
I care.
Why should she take extra care? Rahul, why should women take extra care? Are they not equal citizens of this country? Are they lesser human beings in your eyes?
Because there are perverts out
Are they
there.
lesser human beings in your eyes? Are they not equal citizens? Why should we be extra careful? Why should we take extra care?
I will tell my sister to take
Vikram
extra
Singh,
care.
why should we take
Why
extra
should the
care?
sister
What
take
is wrong
extra
with
care?
us that we need to take extra care? What is wrong with
Certainly
us that we are targets of this sort of
I think I'm pretty
Just a
amused
second.
at
Can I
listening to
please-
these arguments.
Can I
May I?
please-
This is not just
May I?
Rahul Easwar.
Firstly, a police force is designed
Can I
to
please
work
come in?
independently. And a
play to
police
the
force
gallery.
that needs
cannot-
constant guidance of the Home Minister is not worth its name. And that police leadership that requires constant tutelage and of governesses like the Home Minister had better pull up their socks. They need to be proactive, they need to be professional, and they need to know when to act, how to act, and with what might they must hit at such bloodthirsty
Commissioner
criminals.
of Police in Delhi be
The very
fired.
fact that they have not acted professionally, somebody needs to be suspended at the senior level. Suspensions have not happened in the Delhi police for a very long time, and dismissals also have not happened.
Should the Commissioner of Police
need-
in Delhi,
of course,
responsible for patrolling and keeping the city of the Delhi safe, be removed from his post?
Yes. I would absolutely. I think he has a lot of explaining to do, because after such an incident and a poor response time, there is a lot of explaining by the Delhi police, especially the police commissioner. And therefore, I would apportion all the blame to the police commissioner. He should function with the Aam Aadmi Party, without the Aam Aadmi Party, and in spite of the Aam Aadmi Party. He is a very senior officer and should know how to work independently, irrespective of who the government is in Delhi and irrespective of what the dictates are from the Home Minister.
Absolutely. He has a job to do which he has obviously failed to do. Abha
and the
Singh,
IPC.
is there a resignation or a transfer here or a suspension that is absolutely necessary to drive home a point?
Definitely, the leadership quality in the police commissioner is lacking. It was the police commissioner who should have had these meetings, the crime meetings with the local DCPs, the inspectors, that in case of crisis, what will be the response time? In 5 minutes you should reach. This was not some far-flung area. It was heart of Delhi, and yet for half an hour no patrol van came. And the police commissioner, and in fact the police commissioner, one doesn't even know where he's working, what is his roadmap for women's safety. And this is not the first time a woman has been knifed. Almost 7 cases have happened. The other day you had a gang rape, 5 men raping 2 women. There's a crime in Delhi almost every day, and the police commissioner is not seen or heard. So definitely I would say the police commissioner is not fit to be there. He needs to be changed, irrespective of Aam Aadmi Party problems or Rajnath Singh. The responsibility of keeping Delhi safe is the job of the police commissioner and his men, and I'm sorry to say that they have failed to protect the women of Delhi, and some heads need to roll. I hope the Home Minister is listening to it and he takes action rather than protecting the inefficient and corrupt policemen of Delhi.
Bejon Misra, should the Delhi Police Commissioner resign?
Yes, the resignation should be immediate. He has to take the onus, and we as citizens have to build a faith on the system. And it can only happen when people who are in the higher ups take onus and take the responsibility and give that confidence to the citizens to ensure that it will never happen again in Delhi. So we are looking forward to such heads to roll right away without any delay, not reports. We don't want any more reports, please. We want action. We want people to resign and take onus that yes, they are responsible for such lapses which are taking place in Delhi, and make sure that the signals go down very strong and loud that everybody has to take the responsibility if any incident like this happens again. And we have enough manpower, we have enough technology, we have all infrastructure in place. Now it is time for making it efficient, making it effective, making it accountable to the citizens. which is not happening, unfortunately. Everybody is getting away with the blame game. Everybody tries to pass the buck to somebody else, and that is how nobody is bothered about the common man, about the citizen. And we every day see such incidents happening in Delhi only because, there is no proper system in place which is going to make things efficient, and we have enough manpower to ensure that we get all the protection we need. And we also need to understand how do we ensure that we bring in a very effective deterrent action against anybody caught doing any kind of mischief which is criminal in nature. And all these criminals must be so strongly sort of addressed that they don't even get any bail. They make sure that they are taken into action in a manner that everybody gets a very strong signal in Delhi that these criminals operating in Delhi will not be able to survive any longer. And that is what we as citizens want. We want promptness. We want a system which is pro-citizen and in the favor of the citizen, and it is efficiently managed. And if people are not able to manage it, whoever he is.
Kumar Verma, the Commissioner of Police of the city of Delhi, needs to publicly apologize to the women of Delhi, to the family of this young girl. And then he needs to vacate his post because he has failed to do his job. He has failed to do his job repeatedly, and today he's failed beyond any sort of absolution. He has to not only apologize to the family, he has to apologize to every woman who lives in the city of Delhi. And then he should vacate his post. And someone who actually understands that job and the responsibility that comes with it should be appointed Police Commissioner of the city of Delhi. Shama, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to come in here is that the AAP government and BJP should start thinking about the people of Delhi and stop this infighting which is going on for such a long time. Since AAP took over, there's been infighting between AAP, Lieutenant Governor, BJP. This cannot go on. They have forgotten the people of Delhi in all forms, in terms of traffic, in terms of living, in terms of security, safety, women, all the issues. They have to stop this infighting.
Was it any different when the Congress party was in power in Delhi?
Lieutenant Governor reports.
Was it any different then? The Nirbhaya case happened at that time. A young journalist was shot in her car at point blank at the time that the Congress government was running the city of Delhi.
Very upset. It was shocking. Yes, we agreed there was a problem then. We came up with the Nirbhaya law. We did things after that.
What has changed
now what
since
we
then?
see is this continues.
What has
Even now
changed
they do
since
not
then?
admit that the Home Minister, the Commissioner has to step down. That's what we are asking. What has happened right after that? They come into power. They have to, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that women's security is one of his most important issue. Then what is he doing about it?
Vikram Singh,
Isn't this Delhi the capital city where he
Vikram Singh,
himself
I think
lives?
it's very important right now for all political parties, every last one of them, to realize that women add up to nearly, ideally they should add up to half, but they don't add up to half, to nearly half the population. And we will vote with a far closer eye next time.
Can I speak?
We will no longer be made a pawn in political games. Vikram Singh, I will come to you, Nupur Sharma. I just want Vikram Singh to say this, please.
We have had sanctimonious platitudes from all the political participants. They cut no ice any longer. They cut absolutely no ice. The police expect and the people expect results. And there's an axiom in the police, you have to be cruel to be kind. And anyone who fails India and fails our ladies has no place to be in the police, and he should be dealt with absolutely mercilessly. And Delhi police is one of the luckier police forces in terms of men and material. And they had better put up their act together and give a better account of themselves. And if they do not, well, the chopping block is very much ready and everybody should be prepared to pay a price. This crime should not be nipped in the bud. It should be crushed in the bud.
Absolutely. Now, Nupur Sharma, what we expect from the Home Minister is quick action and sacking of a large number of senior policemen in the Delhi police force. So we know that someone is taking this seriously. Just asking for a report is not good enough.
Can I just, first of all, Faye, please allow me to complete. If you've called me, please don't shout at me. Please allow me to complete my bit. Only then can I answer your question in detail. Secondly, I'm sorry, I'm not the one who started politicizing. I'm the first person who came on this channel who said the police cannot be absorbed. Not at all. As a woman, I'm repeating it for the 5th time on this show. Thirdly, I think it was the Prime Minister of India who, from the ramparts of the Kila, said that, you know what, don't ask your daughters where they're going. And I disagree with somebody's viewpoint on the channel that, you know, you need to be careful. Ask your sons where they're going. That's the attitude we need to instill in India. But that also does not mean that we do not have societal problems. We do not have rapes within households. We don't have rapes within the four walls of a house. And sorry, I'm a lawyer. I come across these cases every now and then. And when you are asking questions that whether somebody will be pulled up, I am going to now actually question other people. How many cops were suspended after the Nirbhaya rape case, wherein FIR also was not lodged because nobody could decide कि ये body किसकी jurisdiction को belong करती है? I'm sorry, we are apathetic, be it the cops, be it the people who saw those two women being stabbed.
No, but then we have to change. Why do we look back?
I am going to correct those people who are saying there was a half-an-hour gap. There was fake, please allow me to complete. I am going to question those people where they got this information. The cops were not called for half an hour till Lakshmi bled to her death outside her house. Only after the stabber ran away from the area was the cops called by somebody standing on the balcony who saw this woman, Lakshmi, being stabbed, running around the lanes and ultimately lying in a pool of blood for half an hour. It was after 40 minutes of an assault on her that the cops were called. This information is wrong.
Sharma,
and in Karuna's case,
my question to you,
family of Karuna herself refused to
when will the Home Ministry act and begin to fire people in the police department? That was my question to you. You promised me an answer. Please give me an answer. No, you're saying the same thing over and over again. Answer the question I have asked you. When can we expect action from the Home Ministry?
I will answer.
No, you're not answering my question. You're dodging my question. When will the Home Ministry give me action?
The Home Minister, can I complete the government?
Why are the people not telephoning? Why do the people don't approach the police? It's because
they have no faith in the system. Please allow me to complete. I heard you all. Please allow me to complete.
What?
The government of India will ensure that the heads that need to be rolled will be rolled. But we as citizens also need to offer help when there is no such help at hand available. The least we can do is call the PCR. I'm sorry,
we never
it happened 2
help.
months ago.
We never get
a person was hit and run, another person comes, steals his mobile. Nobody calls the cops.
Abha Singh,
please
a representative of the government here,
in which
pinning the blame on citizens.
Do you
Why
have
do we have
because they have no faith in the police?
To police the roads ourselves.
They don't get involved because they have no faith in the police, Nupur. You have to understand that. The faith in the police have to come back to citizens.
We need a societal overhaul. We need police reforms. Heads need to be rolled.
Abha Singh, we're expected to police ourselves.
I don't know. Provided you allow me to complete.
See, but who will do the
don't go
reforms?
to police because they are afraid of the police.
My question is, your Prime Minister is there, reforms you will implement. You have
How many heads were rolled after Nirbhaya? How many heads were rolled after the Zandoor murder case? After Priyadarshini Mattu murder case?
And if you feel there is a shortage of cops, recruit them. The economy is in a good shape. We have enough money in the state exchequer, in the central
exchequer. There are no
shortage
of cops in Delhi. There are 88,000 cops in Delhi.
If police reforms are required, do it. The problem is that Delhi police is only interested in lobbying and good postings. Nobody wants to do. It is a failure of the local intelligence. Why there are not beat policemen in that area who would have responded immediately? That is the issue. When the law provides that it is the duty of the police to prevent a crime from happening. My problem is, why are we unable to prevent the crime from happening? And that is where I say Delhi police has failed in its duty. And Delhi police,
both the cases could have been prevented had the cops been alerted.
The policemen are only running after politicians.
Please tell me, which country in this world has every street manned by the
police? No, not necessarily.
This is factual, please. Which country in this world has each and every street manned by the police?
What I told earlier.
Abha ji, which country in this world has each and every street manned by the police?
The police are supposed to have their own intelligence.
I'm sorry,
not necessarily.
Advocate, this is a silly argument.
Now because we've run out of time.
Abhaji, I have just one question. Which country in this world has each and every street manned by the police?
Why can't we be the first?
I understand the police's job is to prevent crimes. I'm not going to absolve them.
Nupur Sharma, don't stop making weak excuses here. As a woman, I think you should just stop. I want all our panelists to stop because we've run out of time.
If the police was alerted, both these crimes could have been averted.
Why is Delhi going the UP way?
We have to stop now because we've run out of time. And I'm going to stop with visuals right now.
Because Aam Aadmi Party and BJP don't get along.
I'm going to stop with visuals right now of the family that lost their daughter today, a 21-year-old girl. That's her distraught grandmother who lost a young girl to a purely mad stalker who stopped her on the street in broad daylight. So we're not talking about the fact that the streets don't have street lights. This was 9 in the morning. He stopped her on the street and he stabbed her 30 times until she was dead in broad daylight. And this happened in the city of Delhi. Here are the responses we've heard from the government. Why didn't the citizens do anything? Here are the responses that we're hearing. Why aren't women more careful? Women should learn self-defense. We need a societal overhaul. I believe that's what the country was doing when they were voting people into power. We are not half citizens. We are not lesser human beings as women in this country. We are 50% of the people who make up this country. We deserve to be treated with respect. We deserve to be protected as normal human beings. This sort of behavior of the police in Delhi is appalling. We demand that the police commissioner be either sacked or resign because he's just too embarrassed to go back to work tomorrow morning. We demand that the Home Ministry take a very, very strict stand if they're serious about their jobs. We demand that the Aam Aadmi Party put aside its petty politics and its petty differences and actually get serious about doing its job. And as citizens of this country, this is not a great deal to demand. We demand we be treated with respect. And this is not negotiable. And this is a message to every political party. What you're seeing on your screen is unacceptable. And we will no longer stand for it. Do not make the women of this country come back out into the streets to demand justice. Because we will if we have to. Thanks for watching.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Magicbricks Now. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magicbricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/Magicbricks Now.